Okay, so we last night we kind of tied up a few loose ends with our contract. I'm sure there's going to be more things we may want to do with it, or but tonight what I want to talk about is plugins, and so let's get started. And Remix. When I talk about plugins, I'm talking about the Remix plugins. If you go here at the bottom of the list of items, you see this thing that looks like a plug. And some of the plugins we've already seen, the debug, Remix D, the compiler. I just activated one for unit testing. Now you can test stuff manually, but to really test something, you need to take advantage of automated tests. And I think this is going to be worthy of a video. Now this I have to look, this is interesting because I think this is the unit testing. So you need an API key, and I have to look into this, but this will actually do some verification. There's another thing that can be highly helpful. And they have some other ones, control graph flow, if you're writing a plugin, DeFi Explorer, so you have stuff on DeFi, documentation generator, and this is the view that goes with it, and gas profiler. I want to activate that one. Now I don't know how this is another one we probably want to look at. This is an alpha version. So let's see how is this a gas profiler? Okay, simply execute a transaction and open the profiler. So this is something that's sort of under development, if you will. So we could, let's see. Let's see what we want to do here. So, let's see, transaction records. Trying to see where you would tell it, I want to do a brand new transaction. So, we don't need to deploy it again. What we may, this is a little unclear to me here. Debugging, well, let's see what happens if we deploy it again. So let's see. Let's make him the customer. We're not even sure how exactly this is going to work yet. So, okay, and we're going to go back here, back to this guy, and deploy. And let's close. Should have to, no, it's still showing the same thing. Oh no, here's the new one. So we deploy this one, and we're going to start the process, approve the contract, and we're going to swap over to the other user, and I think this is the right one. Whoop, cancel. Approve the contract. No, not the right one. 06. Here we go. Approve the contract. Now we're going to go jump back to here and perform the service. And now we're going to approve the service, but we got to jump back up here. Approve the service. And now, this is the big one. We're gonna pay for the service. And let's see if so let's see if we can get this to, and you can see it did profile it. The cost, now we can see that here as well. So the transaction cost, that's not quite ready for prime time, I don't think. So we've also shown that we didn't break anything yesterday. This is the unit testing one, and like I said, this will allow us to run unit tests. Now, when I looked at this article here goes through it, and well, I think this is gonna be a future video. We're gonna go through and write some simple tests and see what happens. This is very, very helpful because first of all, if you do these automated tests, it allows you to run a lot more tests more quickly, or you can really pound on something. Now that's not quite as necessarily important here, but to give you an example, and this is an example from years ago, when I was working for a company and we had these big systems we had to test. When I started there, the way they would test is they would take all the testers and we'd all go into the lab and we'd all just start pounding until something broke, and then everyone stopped. A developer looked at it, tried to fix it, and then we go back to pounding. So basically, we had a lot of downtime. A lot of time we were just sitting there waiting for the developer to fix whatever problem there was. Very inefficient. One of my co-workers developed these were called stress. These were the stress tests actually, where we're trying to really pound. That's why we had to get a bunch of people. So this colleague of mine built a tool to run stress tests automatically, and it saved the company a lot of time and money because they can be run overnight constantly, find these issues much quicker without having half a dozen people have their day tied up doing what the computer can do overnight. This is why I'm a big fan of unit testing. I'm a big fan of, if you're going to test a system, if you can automate that testing, you can be a lot more objective and a lot more, run a lot more tests. So the other benefit of doing this is that you will have your test documented. So I think this is a topic we really need to hit. It actually reminds me of something in a different realm. I was studying a little bit of Forex trading. never got much into it because I couldn't get beyond the manual testing of our system. It just never, and I know why that's how it was done, but I kind of felt that it just, how can I be objective, especially in that case we were dealing with stock, with financial instrument, with charts, price charts. So you're trying to look and find certain things to see, well, is this a buy signal? And so I don't think for me, it didn't work that particular way. Worked for a lot of people. It did not quite mesh with me. And ironically, my first job out of college was running tests of indicators for a well-known stock market newsletter writer at the time. So, but the point is that you can do a lot more, a lot quicker. It's objective. Your tests are all documented because they're all in the test code. So I think this is a really important topic we need to hit. So okay, hopefully this has been helpful, and hopefully you're looking forward to learning more about this. And we're going to be doing more with this plugin, I think. And so I will speak to you all tomorrow. If you like this, please give a like. Please subscribe. Please ring the bell to get notified, and please share it with your friends who may be interested. Take care, and speak to you next time.